Good job, guys. As you know, my phone is recording right now, so because of that, I don't have my normal noise to get your attention. But great job, Dre, giving me attention. Great job, Kevin Tyler. Great job, Meltarius. Now, so I know Monday was a long way off because since Monday we've had ANET. We did a little ANET review. We talked about a lot of geometry in order to get prepared for ANET. But who can remind me what we talked about on Monday? Can anybody raise a silent hand and remind the group what we talked about on Monday? Before we even start, before one person says a word, there's one thing I'd like to tell you. As you know, I recorded on Monday, and one of the things after watching the video that I've realized I really want to work on.
We would like to add one more announcement. We want to say congratulations to the girls basketball team for making it to the city runner-ups and qualifying for the state sectional. Thank you.
So, one thing that I would like to really focus on in this room specifically, is that we interact with the words that each other are saying. So I think it's really important that we agree and we disagree on every single thing our partners say. The other thing I'm really going to push you to do, and I'm just going to be completely upfront about this because you guys are 8th graders and you're going into high school, I'm going to ask you to explain your thinking more. So one thing that I am going to do less of, I'm going to close this door because it's loud outside. One thing that I'm going to do less of is like telling you exactly where you got to answer the problem. I want you to explain how you got through the process. Because as you know, I care more about the process than I care about your final destination, and I want to emphasize that. So with that in mind, what is one thing that we talked about on Monday? Meltarius Brooks.
Graph linear.
Hold on one second, Meltarius. I need every pair of eyes on you before you talk. Go ahead, Meltarius.
Graph, linear graph and function.
So what does that mean in terms of the application of what we did on Monday, what you did for homework on Monday night? What was it that you were doing?
Solve equation for a coordinate plane.
So when you say solve an equation for a coordinate plane, what do you mean by that? What does solving an equation for a coordinate plane mean? If you were just telling me, let me say, to solve an equation for a coordinate plane, what kind of answer would you expect to get?
A linear one.
A point. So what is it? So how is it a point? How is a point a solution to a linear equation? Is there anybody that can answer that question? Thank you, Meltarius, for your work. Is there anybody that can? And again, remember, we are focusing on agreeing and disagreeing with each other. So if somebody says something you agree with, let me know. Can everybody show me real quick what we do when we agree or disagree? So what do we do when we agree with somebody? Thank you, Kevin Tyler. Thank you, Javon. Thank you, Jalen Miles. Thank you, Darrell. What about if we disagree with someone? What do we do if we disagree with somebody? Thank you, Ule. Thank you, Love. That's not what we do, Jalen Miles. Why don't you look around? Make sure you see what everybody else is doing. Good job, Brooks. Okay, so let's try this now. Javon Martin, why is a point a solution to a line? What does that mean? Good tracking, Kevin Tyler.
A point is a solution to a line. You work out the equation. You're going to get an equation that has either a fraction or decimal that you can plot on the line, on the graph.
So if you plot it on that graph, what is that? So if that point that you picked, those two coordinates, let's say 2 and 5. So your x value is 2 and your y value is 5. How does that make that a solution for a line?
So those the only points that are.
Thank you. You can just leave it. Thank you so
So
much.
those are the only points. Those are the only points that solutions have. Those are the only points that make the solution true.
So Dre, I saw Dre. Dre was the only person that either agreed or disagreed. Dre, I love the fact that you're getting involved. I'm looking for other people to get involved as well. As I've said, please don't make me say this a third time. That I need you to agree and disagree with each other. Let's get back to what we did earlier in the year. So Dre, why did you disagree? Everybody should be tracking from Dre's comments. Okay, because it did. Well, so when you say it didn't sound right, so he said, Javon, can you repeat that last part you said? You said something about those points being the only solution or something like that?
Like, the only points that are a solution to a linear function are those making the equation true.
So Dre, do you agree or disagree with what he's saying? You do agree? Okay, well, let me stop everybody for a second then. Who can remind me what the equation is for any linear equation in the whole wide world? Javon Martin, I love your participation. I'm looking for somebody that I haven't heard from yet. I'm looking for somebody that isn't calling out me with their hand raised. Hi, Melteris, go ahead.
Y equals X plus B.
It equals what?
Time.
Y equals what?
M plus X times B.
Try it. Kendra, talk. First of all, hold on, time out. When we talked about agreeing and disagreeing, we don't say wrong. We do something else. So, Melteris, tell me one more time what you said. You thought it was Y equals M plus X times B, right? That's what you said? Ule disagrees. Kendravis disagrees. Kendravis, what do you think it is?
Y equals MX plus B.
Y equals M times X plus B. So you were right. You just got to flip the times and the plus. That's all. So, let's just say I had Y equals 2X plus 1. Right? Now, Javon said there was only one set of points that I could put in to make this true. Give me one set of points that I could put in to make this true for X and Y. Remember that this side has to equal this side. So I need an X value and a Y value. The Y value goes in for Y, the X value goes in for X. Or, if you want to help, you know what you got to do. If someone wants to help out Javon, you know what you got to do. Jalen Shelton, look at the Jalen Shelton wanting to get involved. I love that, Jalen Shelton. Good job, Terry. Y'all two better get working before I get upset with you.
I said 4.
Turn around the track, please. Go ahead, Javon.
Yeah, I said 4.
You said 4? Well, you need 2 different numbers. So, Jalen, can you try to provide for me 2 different numbers? Go ahead, Kendra.
Y equals 5 and for the X equals 2.
So 2 and 5. Now, let's try this out. My 5 goes in for my Y. So 5 equals 2 times 2 plus 1. Excuse me. Anybody tell me what 2 times 2 plus 1 is?
5.
Please don't call it out. Jalen Shelton? 5. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. Let me close this projector up real quick. I don't want to distract anybody. So, 2 and 5, absolute work. Great job. Now, Javon, what you said earlier was that only that point, those set of points are the only solution to that equation. Do you stand by what you said?
No, because a linear function has infinite solutions.
Oh, look at you referring to your notes. I should see some people agreeing with what Javon Martin says, since what he said is written right in front of you on your notes. Jeremiah, do you think you can give me another set of points that would make this equation true? You don't think you can? Is there somebody that can walk Jeremiah through the steps, and then I'm going to come back to Jeremiah, I'm going to come back to you and ask you to provide for me another set of problems. Avion Love, go ahead. Everybody better be tracking Avion Love. Great job, Jen. So remember to agree or disagree with what he's saying.
I had a question.
Oh, you have a question? Okay, what's your question, Avion?
So, like, when we... Never mind.
Come on, say it.
No, like, because I don't know what it is. Because I forgot the question.
Excuse me?
I forgot how to explain my question.
Okay, well, I need you to think it through because I want to be able to answer your question, okay?
Okay,
And maybe one of your teammates can answer your question. So, Jalen Miles, what do you think what set of points do you think would work for this equation? Make sure you walk us through how you got your points. Okay? There are some people that want to help you out if you need it, but I want you to try to fight through this.
Dude, be quiet, dude. Like 2 and 5. Like, what's on the line?
So 2 and 5, meaning 2 is my x coordinate and 5 is my y coordinate. So 2 and 5 would be on this line because 2 and 5 makes this equation true.
Another one that's on the line?
Another one that's on the line, yes sir.
Okay, so 205, right?
Yep.
Alright, so, 5 and 3.
So you think x is your 5 and y is your 3. Okay, what made you say that? And I want to be very clear, Jalen. If you are saying that just to mess with me, I am not very happy about that because your thinking, when you were thinking out loud before, was really positive. Can you explain for the group how you got 5 and 3?
Okay, right. The 2 is a positive 2, right? So it's going to be on like, what's it? First column.
So you're visualizing this. You're doing this visually, right? You're starting. You're going up 2,
Yeah.
and over 5.
Yeah.
But wait, 5 is my y value, which means I'm going to go up 5 and over 2. Okay. So my first point here is 2 on the x and 5 on the y. So that's a good place to start. Now you were visualizing it, and I saw you visualizing it. So how did you get 5 and 3 as the next point?
See, like, it's on the line.
So 5's over here, and 3's down here. So my next point is down here.
Wait, no, that's not right. You gotta go.
Inverse.
Okay, look.
Good track.
I wanna go up 7 over 3. Yeah.
So Jalen, you said up 7. So Jalen, if I go up 7 and over 3, what's my next point going to be? So here my point is at 2, 5. I'm positive.
But Jalen, just switch it around.
Yeah.
So let's get back to it. So Jalen, our first point was at 2, 5. What was the? Who can remind Cameron? I know you just walked in, but I know you know this code. What is the y-intercept of this equation? Meaning, where is it starting on my line? Everybody track Cameron. Sit down, please, gentlemen. Should I repeat my question, Cameron? Okay, so then answer it, please. Jalen's ready to help you out. I'm sorry, Javon's ready to help you out. Hold on, wait. Before we call on, I just want to let you know, Cameron. Y equals 2x plus 1. I just asked you what the y-intercept was, meaning where you start your graph. But with that said, even though I know you know this answer, I'll let you quit and let Javon give this a shot. Go ahead, Javon.
1.
You're going to start at positive 1. And Cameron, I know you know that you start your graph at positive 1. So I'm going to start down here at positive 1. So my line is going to look something like this, right? And Jalen, Miles, we're looking for another point on this line. Is there anybody in here that can provide for me a second set of points? And remember, we need to